At the 64th Annual Convention of SIAM, we are here with Mr. Partho Banerjee from Maruti Suzuki. Thank you so much, Partho, for taking time out for us. You are the market leader, so what you say makes a lot of importance in the market. So tell me, last 2 months have been a little bit of a slow in terms of sales for the auto industry. But now festive season has started. Can we safely say that the worst of the sales is behind us and it's time to look forward and festive season is giving you good hope?
Mugdha, if I just give a perspective actually, how the festival season has started. The first festival season which starts after the monsoon is the Onam. Last year Onam was in the month of August. This year it happens to be in the month of September. But the good month, the Chingam starts from 16th of August every year. If I compare last year August versus this year August for the Kerala state, we are seeing 10% increase in the bookings for the Maruti vehicles, which is a very positive sign actually, I would say. Second thing, on this last Saturday was the Ganesh Chaturthi, first day. The states in which this festival is celebrated, we have seen deliveries going up by almost 10%. So I am very hopeful. I am seeing the green shoots coming. See what has happened, we need to little understand that it was known that this year the growth is not going to be very high because we are coming on a very high base this year. The other thing was, after 5 years, the election comes actually. On the top of it was the severe heat which was there in the central and the northern India. But now we are seeing a very good monsoon which is there. I was just reading somewhere that all our water reservoirs and the dams are now more than 100%, which is a very good sign actually. And the crops which is there, the harvesting going to happen. And we are seeing a very good sort of attraction from the rural market. Last month, our rural sales was 50%. First time we touched the 50% mark.
You mean the total sales
contribution?
Contribution is 50%?
50%
okay.
For the month of August. Okay. And April to August also, we are seeing that our rural market is growing by almost 10%. So we are very hopeful with this good monsoon, expecting a good harvest, and that obviously if a good harvest is there, it is going to come back into the economy. Yeah. And initial response which is coming from the markets where the festival season has started is very encouraging.
So do you expect this rural growth to continue?
My take is yes. With this good monsoon coming, it has to.
Okay. And also, at the start of the year when SIAM came out with their prediction for the year, they were hoping for a low single-digit growth for the industry. Do you think you have got enough confidence to say that at least Maruti will be able to surpass that?
Again, I would say this forecasting and other thing is something which is based on the past data. And if you see the past data, last year industry growth was to the tune of 23%. Before that, it was a very high growth actually. If you see the CAGRs for the last 5 years of the auto industry, then if you compare it, you will see this growths were abnormally high actually. So we should not be reading too much into it. If this year the growth is single digit, what the SIAM is forecasting, it's okay. These are all just part of the blip actually. But we should see that sentiments are good or not in the market. I see right now the festival sentiment seems to be pretty good.
But driven by rural and not urban? What's happening in urban?
Kerala is a combination of both, urban and rural. This Ganesh Chaturthi is the places where it is there. We are saying that deliveries which happened in the big cities also. And we are seeing a growth in terms of deliveries actually.
So one thing that gets associated with rural market is small cars market. And small cars have been underperforming the broader market if you see in last 2-3 years. Do you think small car revival is on the anvil?
Mugdha, I think we all need to understand actually there is still a market for the small cars because the car penetration per thousand of India is just 32 and we have to go up. There is no way. And practically it is not possible for all customers to directly migrate to the Grand Vitaras or the Invictos. There has to be a stepping stone in between. What has happened is, due to the different regulations which came, the safety norms which came, the vehicle prices have gone up. But the monthly household income of those target customers has not gone up. So that catching up needs to happen. So our take is this, And I think you have read it also many places. Our chairman sir is also telling that we expect by end of 26, I think we will see a revival in the small car segment. By the way, last month in Wagon-R, we did close to 16,000 vehicles. So still, I think it's not the product which is the problem, it is the affordability part which is a problem actually.
You know, hybrids, how much are they contributing to your total sales, and will we see more hybrids coming in from Maruti?
Okay, coming to your first question, how much they are contributing? We have two models in which we have the strong hybrid. One is the Grand Vitara, other is the Invicto. Of their total sales, right now the contribution is to the tune of 16%. And we are seeing a very good traction actually. Now the customer preference for strong hybrid is also there.
And what about CNG? Because your CNGs have been doing very well. You launched Swift, and we know that Swift CNG is also just right there. What is your expectation once you launch the CNG Swift? And also, how has the Swift performed till now?
Okay, Mugdha, I think last year every fourth car which we sold from Maruti stable was in CNG vehicle. This year, April to August, every third vehicle which we are selling is a CNG vehicle. So we are seeing a growth to the tune of 30% in the CNG vehicles. And it's not only the CNG model which is growing, even the strong hybrid also we are seeing a good growth. The point I'm trying to make is this, that today in the market, there is a huge demand for the CNG vehicles. So we are tying up with the city gas distributors actually. There are 34 city gas distributors with whom we are trying to have a marketing tie-ups so that we try to promote the CNG, and that is one way by which we can make those cities more and more cleaner actually, because relatively CNG vehicles are much less polluting than compared to other fossil.
So do you want to put more CNGs in all of your portfolio? Do you think a higher segment like a Grand Vitara also makes sense to bring with CNG?
See, right now we have got 14 models in which we have the CNG. Our endeavor is that wherever it is possible, but the CNG sales is depending on the availability of the gas. So we are keeping a very close watch with all the city gas distributors. Whichever city, wherever they are opening up the gas stations, we are very much coming ahead and supporting them, and let's try to increase the sales of the CNG vehicles.
Now going back to hybrid, there was some news that you are coming out with Series Hybrid. It was reported. What's happening on that front? Because that will make sure that hybrid gets available to people at a much lower price band.
As and when some more information is there other than that which you're telling me, I will surely come and share with you.
All right, but EVs definitely, I want to ask this, that yes, we know that next year, first quarter, we will see an EV from you, but there were some delays earlier. Is it on track? Is it coming on in the first quarter?
Okay, you asked me about EV, so let me share with you. We are going to launch our first electric vehicle in Bharat Mobility Show 2025 in the month of January. So we will be inviting you. We are not only going to launch the product actually. So when we are going to do it, today there are 2-3 challenges with regard to the concerns when the EV customer is buying a car. What we have came to know based on the market research. One is the customer is worried about the range actually, because you would have seen, you stay in Gurgaon as you said, that of late when there was severe rain and other thing, we saw many cars which were stranded on the road, and they were due to basically that the charge was over. Second thing is the range anxiety which I talked about. Second is the infrastructure. If I need to take my car out from Delhi city, I need to go to Chandigarh or Jaipur. I'm not sure whether I will come back or not actually. And I need to tell you one more thing. In EV, as the temperature goes up, the range drops drastically actually. That's a concern point. So we need to have a good infrastructure by which the customer should have the peace of mind. Let me tell you one more thing. 95% of the customer do the charging at their home. But if you have to be into the EV business, you need to invest on the EV charging points. That is to give the peace of mind and comfort to the customer that if so I require, I will be able to get the charging points whenever I am traveling actually. Third thing is the residual value. what will be the buying price of this vehicle after 4 years, 5 years? Because the battery, as you know,
Depletes.
So we are working on all these things. So it's not only the product which we will launch. We can assure to our customers through your channel. I would like to give the assurance. Whenever we come, we will give you a total holistic solution. It's not going to be just the product part of it.
But lots of companies in the country have not just one EV plan. They have already decided their lineup for the EVs. Is that something Maruti is working on too?
I think we have already told that by 2030 we are going to have 6 EV models which are going to come from our stable.
And what is the size that you are looking at compared to right now, which you are going to get a mid-size SUV for the EV? Will there be smaller EVs as well? Do you think a smaller car with a smaller battery also makes sense in the country?
Mugdha, our engineering team is working on all the different permutation combinations. So as and when we finalize certain things, we will surely be sharing with you.